we finally got to see the grandpa. The mysterious grandpa. You know, grandpas, the old men in anime are always cool. They always act so goofy and silly. It's because they know they're near their end of their years. You know, they're in their golden years. So they're just doing whatever they like, whatever they please. They know their life is too short. And they know that all too well. So we can see Grandpa Bond. He escaped prison, and he's planning to go back. He just wanted to see Tayo the entire time, you know, just being a crazy trickster that he is. He's so good that even, of course, Kirichiro, seems to be the best of the siblings, can't even handle him because that's how good he is. You know, he's too much of a greenhorn for him. And he takes Tayo to one of those girls' bars, those escort bars, the ones where you just sit down, a bunch of girls, you drink, you can vex your problems away, or you can brag. And I always wonder when I was younger, what's the point of these kind of bars? Then I realized the point, you know, is to make yourself feel good. You know, sometimes it can be a lonely life. Sometimes, you know, everyone say, "Well, you get yourself a girl." That's not always the point. Sometimes you just don't have the time. You got work, home, and sleep, and that's all it is. Thanks to how the life is. So when you do have the time and you don't feel like making a true connection, but you just want to pick me up, a pep, a good old slap on the back. So you go to these things and they cheer you up, they're impressed, even if they're not and stuff. They give you drinks, they ask you about your life, how's your day and stuff, and you can complain, you can brag, show them some tricks, tell them some stories, and bring them gifts, and they'll help you out with stuff too. You know, it's those kind of things. So the more I started, I actually looked some of the stuff up, see what's the perks behind these kind of bars, and apparently they help a lot of people, especially a lot of rich people. Apparently, yeah, a lot of rich people are very lonely and stuff. So I guess that's the point of that. You know, if you got the dough, you might as well spend it the way you want to find your happiness. But to me, it feels like a short-term happiness. But I think that's the point of it, is to pet me up throughout life and see what you can do later on. So yeah, I find the charm in it in a way. You know, if I go to a one, I don't know, unless I have a friend with me, I guess. So like, I'm doing it by myself. But anyways, he was talking to Tayo, saying how they are very similar. You know, they didn't care about themselves or what happened to them in life. They just going through a life like that, like they had nothing left to live for, until they found a certain someone that picked them up and made them value life, and also the person that they love as well. And Tyler seems to understand what the grandpa is going through, and because they're very similar in a way. That act of loneliness will lead to a dead eyes, and also a dead end on life. But Tayo has Matsumi now, and Matsumi was always there for him to pick him up when he was down. You know, they're married, you know, and he has a family, he has siblings, and all shapes and sizes, and one is constantly trying to kill him, but he knows it's not that bad. It's more like torture than anything else. But if accidents happen, that's all I gotta say about that. And now he's happy. Now he wants to make Matsumi happy. It was so nice. What I liked the entire time with the troll of the grandpa. The grandpa was acting like she was dead. The grandma was dead the entire time, but she wasn't. Like, you gotta be kidding me. This is overreacting, man. I hate when characters do that. When they act like a character's dead, but they're not. They make you pull some sort of feelings of sympathy towards them until you find out, hey, man, I've been bamboozled here. Like, that's not cool, man. Now, the second part of this episode was pretty fun. They went shopping, family shopping. You know, it's been a while since I actually went family shopping. Shopping as an entire family, you know, especially going to the mall. But everyone's so busy. You know, I work at night, and some of them work in the morning, and we get to meet each other halfway. and, and that's it. That's it, and it sucks. It really sucks. But when we finally get the time, that's when we'll do that. Just do some family shopping. And so we're planning to do that for 4th of July anyways, for the meats we're going to get and stuff, and the condiments and drinks. So yeah, we'll do that for 4th of July. Now that being said, this kind of shopping is spy shopping. So they go to a mall, that caters to all people from the underground's needs, from grenades to ammo to disguises, massages, buying books, scary books for torture and information, and tutorials how to take a guy out. And then, of course, there is an underground place to this mall. Of course, there is. Because they pull up a cliche that almost every romantic anime or manga that has romance in it always do. It's when the main couple, finds a lost child. That's the only pet peeve I really had with this episode. Was that. The cliche lost child thing. This has been a thing since the beginning of manga and anime. They find a little girl. Most of the time, a little girl. It could be a little boy too. But most of the time, a little girl. They find her and she's crying. They go cheer her up, and then they find their parents every freaking time. And then, of course, apparently the dad was taken to the underground where he probably owed them. I don't know why he brought his little girl there. First, I thought it was a trap. I thought it could be a girl that's pulling a con artist. But no, that's not it. It was just the dad being stupid, apparently. He thought he could play the game, but the game was catching up with him. And to the point where he was about to submit a freaking fee that he was not ready to pay. And was lucky for Tayo and the fam being there. This could have ended badly, really badly. But, everyone there did their thing. And apparently these families so chaotic at the mall to the point where they tear the mall down. They tear the mall down, they made it through the news and everything. Like, it has to be them. It has to be them. When I moved to Charlotte and stuff, I never been to a mall that had a movie theater in it. Where I came from, which is a small city, but some consider it a town, the mall's on the other side where the mall's on the other side where the movie theater's at. And then they closed that movie theater down to do the one on a different side somewhere else. It's more improved. But it's different. Our mall doesn't have a movie theater or those aquariums or anything like that. It's a very old, basic-ass mall. It has a food court and has some shops in it. And it doesn't do the cool choo-choo trains or the rides anymore that they used to back in the day. The mall has completely downgraded from what it used to be, at least where I came from. And even though it was like that, I still had good times there, especially when you go with friends. You go by yourself, it's pretty fun. When you go with friends and family, it's the best. Going to the mall. There's some places I knew that were in there, even though I've been to that mall for so many years. Is that I never bothered walking past that store because I never need anything. But knowing behind that store, there was a small little bakery that I did not know, only because my mom needed to get her hair done. I was like, wow, if only. But I didn't really like to read maps. It's a guy thing for some reason. Or I was to ask for directions. But anyways, once again, nothing major about this episode. And another thing I do like about this, is not very plot heavy. It becomes plot heavy when it needs to, but other than that, it's mostly episodic with recurring characters that you get to see them shine and display their personalities throughout the episode, so you get to know a little bit more about them as time goes on. And something I really appreciate about this, that's why it was one of my favorite manga that came out during this time, because it felt like a breath of fresh air, to me anyways. So anyways, I heard that later on, near the half point of the season, we'll begin ourselves a new opening. Like, oh wow, I'm looking forward to that. I don't know how to top this opening. Most of the times, animes don't know how to do a good second opening most of the times. It's like the first opening most of the time is the best one. But every now and then, the second one outbeats the first one. Let's see how they work for this one. I'm looking forward to it. With that being said, that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrownxox, all anime. Signing out.